Hello. I can hear myself through this.
You sound amazing.
Oh, thank you. You know?
All right, who do we have here today? Can you introduce yourselves real quick and tell us what you're here for?
The details of my life are quite inconsequential. No, I'm Coach Doug Griffith Owakura at 692, and I'm joined with the lovely Coach Tatiana.
Yes, Tatiana with Tarleton State. Thank you for having me. So excited to be here.
Looks like we're going to have a great game here. A couple of high swinging attackers, Whitney Sample. Auriana nails.
Just rolls off the tongue.
Auriana. Kind of like Tatiana.
Yes.
Tatiana, well, we have some time before we get started. Maybe talk about, you guys are a brand new beach program, or almost a brand new beach program, right? Talk about some of the things that you're doing kind of behind the scenes to get you and your program up and running and getting ready for your first season.
So I was announced in August, which didn't really give me a lot of time to recruit. So basically just a lot of catch up with the past few months. Been reaching out to a lot of recruiting coordinators, a lot of junior colleges, just to gain some depth and reach out to players. Kind of working on my coaching philosophies to see what works best for me and kind of what program I want to build and what players I want to have that are buying and kind of just, paint the picture that I'm trying to set. So just a little bit of everything. I think right now my biggest thing is just working on off-season training and training my defenders to be attackers, because obviously they understand that they're going to be with a blocker. So I think just making them comfortable with their swinging and being a force at the net is kind of what I want them to understand. So yeah, offense right now is what we're working on. Offense.
You gotta score points. You're
gonna have to order you some new ones. Did you already?
I think that's important. When you get a new program going and you kind of establish yourself, you want to set some guidelines.
I like the blue actually a lot.
This is what I'm about. This is what my program's going to be about. I have to have that buy-in. So I love that.
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the things I do want to incorporate the little things. I feel like it's really all in how you do the little things to just win the day, win the game, win the situation that you're in. It's something that you can apply on and off the court. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking for the ones that are disciplined, coachable, very into how they do the little things.
Yeah, that sounds like a vision board.
Yeah.
The little things. You should have that up in the gym or out on the court somewhere.
Right, little things.
Yeah. The little things for today.
So I've actually been keeping up with these two pairs in the tournament. They do some good things. I like what I see from these two pairs. I'm excited to watch this one.
What have you noticed most? So this is Brooke Nalley coming back to serve, and then Whitney Samples up there at the net.
Brooke is a great teammate. I love how she stays in constant communication with her partner. I know Whitney is she has her mental battles. Obviously, if she doesn't like the swing that she's taking, or if she's not producing the way that she wants to, her partner is just there to pick her up, hold her accountable with it, help her understand that it's okay. Auriana, on the other side, I have had experience with her indoor over the summer. So just understanding that this is her first year with beach, and she just moves well. She reads well. She already has that fast wrist. So I'm excited to see the experience and the knowledge that she's just going to get. So far, she's doing really well. I like what I'm seeing. So.
She seems very calm and controlled again when she's out there. Very poised.
I agree. So how long have you had these two, Whitney and Brooklyn?
So this is our third year with Whitney, this season coming up. But Brooke, we've literally had her since she was 12. And she is by far one of our hardest workers. And like you said, high energy, just a fantastic partner to be with. Positive things to say, always lifts up her partner and does everything she can to better the ball. That's really kind of her little mantra.
I love that. So what are some of the things that you guys focus on as a program?
Most of the things for us Because we get a wow, Whitney sample.
Great swing. Great up.
Yes.
Totally taking it.
Yeah. Nice rally going on. Sorry, I just wanted to. Oh, man. Nice swing. For us, much like you, we spend a lot of time with players working on footwork, getting your footwork done and getting to the ball correctly, both on service and when you attack. Trying to stay and work an in-system program as much as possible, but also transition defense, good pull, good block, and really strong first attacks. We try and isolate at least one of the pairs, one in the pair, to be more aggressive, take a higher risk serve. That way they get that first chance to score a point, or at least get the other team out of system.
And they've been doing that throughout the day, so
You mentioned something about the mental aspect of the game. We were talking about that earlier in one of the other matches. It seems like that at this level and even higher, where the skills are pretty well matched across the court, it really does come down to that strategic mental focus in a game and being able to capitalize on that. Another great serve.
Sidelines all day.
Yeah, sidelines. Playing that perimeter is really great. But for our program as well, we've been doing this since 2005. So not the oldest junior SAM program in the country. And we've had a lot of opportunities to have some great coaches like you come and give us some of that feedback. I'm actually super excited to have you come and run a clinic for us.
Yes, I'm
here in the near
excited
future.
too.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's been a lot of learning, just because beach volleyball is so new in Texas in general. So I'm from California, so this is kind of something that I've been around my whole entire life. Not something that I invested in at a young age, but it's nice to see that it's becoming bigger and better in Texas. That's what you guys are known for anyways, right? Everything is bigger and better in Texas.
Plays come on here.
Deep swing to the middle, and then the very next shot was short. Just testing the defenders, keeping them on their toes.
Come on, over! I'm here, right here. Hi.
Players see where Brooke puts it away. Talk to me. In the line, go in the line, and
in there.
Whitney sample takes a hand on it, but didn't put it over the net. Whitney broke off for a bit of an early lead here, 7-4 now. It's Humphrey back here. Serve.
So this is your fresh pair, and then the pair that's been playing together for 3 years.
Well, the two of them, this is their second season together, but Brooke's been here.
Gotcha.
Here's ball. You're welcome.
Brooke this is her second year each only. Live up indoor and decided
Right here, Brooke. We got it.
her sophomore year kind of concentrated.
So how do you feel about players that are dedicating time to both indoor and SAM? How do you feel about that? Who's your favorite players?
Dual commits are wow, great block.
There we go.
Dual commits are it's a tall order, and it's a lot of commitment, a lot of work, and a lot of wear and tear on your body. Coming indoor and being able to convert outdoor, I'll say, is a bit of a gift. Not a lot of indoor players at a high level with that kind of talent have the ability to convert as well and play sand as quickly. So my hats off to that. But if they have the drive to want to do it, I love the opportunity to be able to work that, because a lot of the talents and skills that you get from playing sand translate into indoor. Working as a team, that makes you that much more dynamic. And then the same is true going the other direction. There's a lot more high-speed, fast tempo plays indoor than you can see sand typically. But bring that offense in out here. It's really hard to read and stop.
What would you, Dar, because you've seen a ton of athletes go from indoor to beach, and we've been talking about it all afternoon. That pull of beach for indoor players once they kind of get going. What do you think is probably the biggest factor or biggest decision, or what makes athletes choose beach over indoor? Like in the end, like what's the biggest pull you think?
Yeah, that's a great question. And the honest truth, Tatiana can probably speak to this since she's come from that world in California. It's the culture, the energy and the people and players just in general coming out to the beach. It's a little bit more laid back. It's not quite as high stress, high strung as like you see some of the indoor programs, because the need to win and do well is so high. There's so many players in the programs. At any given time, you put so many kids on your roster, and there's just a ton of them out there. One sand program, you get a roster of 20 kids, right? And having 2 players on the court have a lot more touches, which means you're a lot more accountable for the ball. But there's a lot more free flow play at a high level when you're in the sand. And indoor, you got to share that with 5 other people on the court. So I think some of it has to do with the culture. And it doesn't hurt that it's outdoors and it's usually pretty nice, I'll say.
Especially here in Texas, right?
Yeah. And we have our moments where it's playing and it's just barely 42 degrees and you can barely feel your toes. But, yeah.
It does feel, just being here today and seeing some of the, hey, we just got beat on a play, that second option, ball coming over right away. You get beat on a play like that, the pressure or straight up.
Nice up, Whit, come on.
The kind of negativity hit that those plays take here versus indoor seem to be just way less.
Yeah.
Like just watching, get beat on a high line shot or a really good cut shot, and you just kind of go next ball.
Yeah.
Versus like indoor, sometimes it just takes one of those to just throw you out of your game completely. The resilience of, these teams are going to score points against you. It's just going to happen. It's just going to happen. It's the nature of the game. They seem to take that a lot better, right? Like just that last play just dropped.
Now I'll probably challenge that a little bit to say that when you start playing at this level and you have somebody who can control the ball that well and take these kinds of shots, seeing the players go up and at and see that opening, that kind of court vision and the game awareness and their kind of intelligence with what they know, speaks a lot to the skill level that they're working at.
Yeah.
Indoor, there's certain plays, you're running the outside, you're running the middle, you're running the stack occasionally, or you're hitting from the back row. You got a lot of attack options, but you also have a lot more people on the court. When it's just 2 here, you really have that kind of vision. You got, I'll say, a little bit more leeway to be creative with your shooting, with your hitting, than you can in indoor, where you've got 2 blockers up and you've got 4 other people behind them trying to defend. You could be very specific, very crisp with everything that you do. Here, you can have some creative license. You can really enjoy and play and, quite honestly, see what you can get away with.
Yeah.
And right now, it's kind of going back and forth. Whitney and Brooke are still up, 13-10.
13-10.
Auriana and Humphrey here are really putting it on them. Great defensive plays. I'm noticing they're doing a really good job of covering the court well. I notice they're playing a lot out of the middle. Tatiana, what's your thoughts on sort of positioning an attack along the net? Do you tend to work more towards the middle of the court with your players, or do you let them spread out?
So as of right now, we're kind of getting into the swing of getting comfortable working in the middle. But just this week, we actually started pushing the sets out and then coming after serve receive, working in the middle, and then either setting behind, setting in front, just so we can have keep defense on their toes. And once you get like you said before, have a bit more leeway and more creative shots to do at the net. So I am a fan of moving that ball around, pushing it, utilizing the entire net instead of just being in the middle, having that cut shot. I just like being on the net, especially with my indoor experience. I dominantly played on the right side, so C's we rarely get set. So any set that I could get, I was some way trying to run a back one, quick sets. So I try to incorporate that with our offense too in the net.
Are you up?
what's going on here. Nice shot by Brooke Nalley down the middle. Really a hard-fought battle between these two.
Making them earn every single one of those points.
Every single point. These rallies are really good. A lot of scrambling. Good ball control. I notice a lot of them are taking the time to follow the ball as low as they can to the court, to the sand before they try and go after it to try and take that last bit of time to get there and really get underneath. The action going on the court too is impressive over there as well. Maddie Baker just slamming one down.
Swings over there. Do you guys train jump surf?
I do, yeah.
I've noticed everyone of all ages at this showcase in this tournament, they all jump surf. I love that.
We actually use that as part of our warm-up practice every week.
That's the one part of the game that you have full control over.
And your first
that's
attempt to
how
get a
you
point.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's been cool to see all the players be aggressive on their serve, especially with the jump serve, top spin.
Nice pass. Had a nice little in-system first attack, and then kind of a bit of a hesitation and delay in getting in transition defense. Another attempt for that short, cutty serve. We've seen it be very successful here earlier, especially from that other side, but more coming across, more to the right side. Oh, closing down the gap here. It's now 18-15. Looks like Auriana and company are doing a good job of controlling the pace of this right now.
1 point at a time.
1 point at a time. A couple of serve receive errors, and now you're within 2 points.
Great float serve right in the seam.
Yep. Really taking advantage of the decision making that has to happen with the inside player, the player in the angle. Hey, I'm going to take that ball. Just out on that one. And then being able to control that sort of in low and forward, right? And then getting into a position and alignment to come and attack the ball. But again, as Tatiana said earlier, good communication with Brooke, even calling her partner off and saying, look, hey, I can get this one. You know, just push me up, push me up. Let's see if she comes back at it with a jump serve. Well, took a little too much off of it, though.
Almost looked like she was trying not to give it away, that she wanted to serve down the line. She lined up, cross court, was facing cross court.
Yeah. Oh, nice short serve. Trouble. Oh, no.
Good hustle.
Great hustle, though. Good touch. And now it's 18-19.
Close game.
Again, you can see the strategy that's going on. How are we going to score this next point? Well, I just think it's so cool to see it from these young players.
Oh, and a very critical one at that. Yeah, and I agree. Yeah, I think they had a plan here, but I think there was, that last focus. Okay, we got a plan in place. My job right now is to get this ball over the net.
Thinking too far ahead.
Yeah. Already thinking into the plan. Got to serve the ball first. Nice deep serve, out of system, late touch, and there's the game. Whitney Sample closing it out.
Well, thank you guys very much for joining us, and we'll hope to have you back on the next couple streams. We'll get it going, and
yes, I'm excited.
Appreciate you coming out to the showcase, and hopefully we'll have you to many more.
Yes, thank you.
All right, guys, we'll see you in a few minutes.
Yeah, no, hey, happy to